Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we will see how we can do image inpainting using EmguCV. CV. The basic idea is that we are given an image with some noise, for example like this, and we want to produce an output like this by removing those noise elements. So what I will do is the inpaint function requires a mask. What we mean is we need to select the areas where we have the problem. So using our mouse we will draw some lines or some elements over here to select these areas that we want to remove these noisy elements, and then apply the inpaint function to produce something like this. So let's see how we can implement it in EmguCV. I already configured this project to use EmguCV. You can check my previous videos for its configuration. So the first thing that I will do is, in the process I will add a menu and call it image in paint, and as a sub menu inside it I'm going to say like select mask. So when we select on this one we will be selecting the mask for this in paint, and then we can apply actually the in paint actual method in this apply menu. So when I double click on this select mask, first I need to define some global variables which I need. The first thing that I need is a list of points that I will be selecting, since I will be selecting uh, more than one different segments maybe, so I'm storing all those segments in a list of points, and I'm going to name them as in paint points, for example, and I would like to initialize with a null. And currently which element is which segment of my polygon I am selecting, so I need to uh, store those in another element. I just can call it in paint current points, and initially those are also null. And for determining whether my mouse is clicked and the mouse is moving, or whether I have started selecting or not, I need two more boolean elements. So I just want to create them in paint mouse down. If it is down or not, I initialize it with false. And another thing is that whether we are our selection, should we start selecting the points or not. So let's set this one also to be false initially. So let us use these things in our code, and the first thing that I will do is within this in paint, or maybe I need to create multiple here. Let me select, doesn't matter, whatever you want to know, and then apply. I think we should implement the code here in apply. Instead of going to in paint, I'm just going to cut it. We don't need to apply here. So first we will select the points and then we will apply. So double click on that apply, and then we will write the code here. So the first thing that we need is the selection of the mask using the mouse. So what I will do is select points, double click on it. So here what I will do is in paint selection. So we are going to start selecting the points to true. The second thing that I will do is in paint current points, that every time I just select, I just need to create a new object for this, so that I will start to add the points into this in paint current points list. And also in paint points is equal to new in paint point. So whenever I click it, I'm just going to create new objects for this, and I need to process them. So since I need to draw on this image picture box 1, so I just select this picture box 1, and in its events I am interested in mouse down event, and in this mouse down event I will I will write an if condition that I am going to select start selecting the points or not. So but I need to make sure that my endpoint selection should be equal to true. If it is true, and I'm working with e dot button equals mouse buttons dot left. So I will be drawing only when I am down clicking the left mouse button and then dragging it around or moving it around. Then I will say in paint mouse down is true. So we have just put the left button to true, and then I can say in paint current point dot add. So the current point date will be where I just click the mouse location. So this is what I will be writing in the mouse down. And now we will jump to the simpler one, is the mouse up event. So I selected the events and I will go to the mouse up event. And over here, I also need to make sure that once I leave the mouse, I will make sure that the current polygon is finished, and we will start drawing any other polygon if user wants to. So here again, if in paint mouse is down and in paint selection is also in progress, then I will do no more in paint mouse down because it is now up, so it is false. In paint, so once we move the mouse up, it means that we have completed drawing one polygon. So what I will do in paint current points dot to list. And why I am doing to list, we can directly it is already a list, but if you directly write the list and I need to clear it, so I will explain it to you why I do this dot clear. So if I just write the without dot to list, so this is just giving a reference to it, and then I am clearing it in the very immediate next line. So when I clear an object and I have the reference for that, it means that the object will be cleared also in my inpaint. So that's why I'm just doing it like I'm creating a copy of it by converting into a to list, and then I'm copying the store. So whenever I clear it, it will not have any problem. So mouse up is also done, and the last thing that I will be doing is the mouse move. So whenever I am moving, I just need to keep drawing those points. So here I will be drawing those points whenever I am moving the mouse and if it is down. So the first thing that I do is in paint mouse down equals to true. So still it is down and moving, and in paint selection is also true. So both are true. Then we can draw them if we have some points in our polygon. So I will also make sure I forgot to put it. Okay, and one more thing, I will make sure that in paint current points dot count is at least we have 1 point to draw because the next point will come from the current location. Then we will create a pen. P is equal to new pen, and we can say brushes dot red color, and the width is just for clarity, I will make it like 5. And then we will be using a graphics object. So graphic g is equal to graphics dot from image. So we have already an image here, picture box dot image. Okay, and then I also need to make sure that my picture box is not null here because I'm using picture box dot image is not equal to null, or I should say equals null, just return. Okay, so I just created a graphics from the image, and then I can like draw line, and we have the brush, the pen is P, and then we have in paint current points dot last, whatever the last point we have, and we want to draw it till the current location. Okay, so this one will just draw a line from the last point to the current point where our mouse is. And one more thing I can do is to make it look like smoothing, and so smooth mode is equal to smoothing mode dot anti-aliases. Okay, so that's fine. And once we draw those images, what we will do is we also need to add it in our current point. So in paint, current point dot add e dot location, we just add it into our point, and then we can redraw our picture box dot invalidate. So let us run this application and see what we have achieved so far. So let me open an image file, open. I am using Inpaint image, any of the images, for example, like this. And then I'm going to say select mask, and with my mouse, okay, whatever my mouse or my hand's accuracy, this is what I want. So the selection is done, but it is just a paint, and we put all these points in a polygon, and we need to convert them into a mask. So let's go ahead and work with the apply function. So go ahead into this process, image in paint, and double click on this apply. The first thing that I would appreciate is to apply try catch, and then we can display any error in the form of a message. And here the first thing we need to make sure that there is an image, so is equal to null. If equals null, then return it. You don't need these multiple lines, just we have one line. And also, if our in paint points dot count, if this is also equals 0, it means we cannot proceed, so we will also return. So it is important to select the mask so that the algorithm will start processing it. So once these two conditions are okay, we can read the image from picture box into some variable. So I'm just calling it img new bitmap, and we are reading it from picture box.image, and I can convert it into an EmguCV structure by using the to image, and the depth will be the same as the byte. And we need a mask, so I will create the mask. As you know, just using the mouse, we just draw it on our graphics. We did not create a mask. So maybe you can use it. There are different ways you can directly create an image right into the image, but I prefer to draw the graphics separately, and then using those points I am going to create the mask here. So mask, we will have a new mask, new image, and this should be a gray image, and the depth will be the same as we have in the bytes. And now here the size of this mask should be same as our image, so that's why I'm using the width and img.height. We just create a new image which has the same width and height as that of our input image. And since all the points are in our polygon, we have written them, we can read those points and write or set the pixels of the mask. So for each variable, we call it polys in paint points. This is the list of points. So mask dot, let's say, draw polyline, okay, and for each poly, whatever the poly we have, we can convert it into an array, because this is expecting an array of points. And since they may be closed and they may not be closed, so we are not sure, that's why I am putting the false here. And the color that I want is to be in white color, and the rest will be 0 or black color. and here is the width, whatever you want. Let's say I want width 5. You can work with different widths you want. So our mask will be ready by now, and now we can use the simple method. So let's say I want to create a variable output to store the output results. So I'm creating another blank image with the same size as that of our input image, and now I will be using cv_invoke.inpaint method. And this inpaint method is expecting some input image. So this is the original image which we want to make improvements or remove the noise. This is the mask. So the mask is important that it will select only those white regions which we need to correct. So it will not touch with the regions in which the value of the mask is 0. So that's why we did this mask. And the output that we want to store is the output variable, and here is the radius, how much of its neighborhood you want to consider while calculating. This is something that you can try, maybe 3, 5, 10, whatever you want. It depends on your application and the amount of noise that you have. So in paint type, that there are currently two types are coming, sorry, in paint types. So there are two algorithms right now applied in OpenCV. I'm just selecting the NS, naive strokes based method, and let us see the results in our picture box dot image is equal to the output dot to bitmap or as bitmap. As usual, I want to also show in my tree view, so maybe I can use my custom method add image, which I have implemented in which video I even don't remember. So output, and the name that I want to write here is the image in paint. So we expect that it should be a better result than the whatever the noise we have as the input image. Let us run it and see the results. File, open, and this is the same image that I want to take as an input. And the first thing that I will do is to select the mask. So this is the region that I want to remove. So I'm trying to select this line, but thanks to my accuracy of how I am moving this mouse. So this is the region that I want to make improvements or remove the noise. And then now when I apply, wow, so it looks like it is a perfect, except there is something, maybe I can further improve it. Okay, let me select a little bit, again apply. But the boundary pixels are also coming, but if you look at it, if you have a noise like this, or we can use the inpaint method to how, this is how we can improve it. You can see the noise has been removed. So this was the original image, and on which I also draw the lines, and this is the output image. Let us try with some other image. So in paint, let me try this one. I just downloaded from the OpenCV's website. I think this is what, I mean, they have improved it a lot. So let me see. I mean, there are some problems that I see. Maybe if we can improve it. So first thing that I will do is to select the mask, since I have already selected. So I am doing this. Let's what it is going to do, and this is the line that I just want to remove from here. So let me carefully, oh my god, my bad selections. Okay, somehow I selected some extra pixels somehow. Let's see what this one is going to do. Okay, here it looks okay, but since it is using the neighboring pixels, so this is what important point. So it is just copying the neighboring pixels into it, so it is trying to copy the white background pixels. So over here, relative to this one, the result is better. One more thing that I just will try is example. So we have some cracks in a wall and we want to correct them. So let's see how can we improve it or not. I'm trying to be very careful because the accuracy with which I'm selecting is very terrible. So I am, oh my god, somehow I'm not a proficient guy dealing with the mouse, I guess. Okay, so let's me do one more thing here. Okay, now if I try to inpaint it, okay, the results are quite good, but there is of course some sort of blurring effect because it is using the neighborhood information, but the results are quite impressive. I am very much impressed with this algorithm, and like this one, or maybe I would just want to remove this one also. So let's try once again. Okay, the results are very good in my opinion. So this is how we can overcome the noise, or if you want to remove the unwanted objects. And as I said, there are two types of algorithms are implemented, and other algorithm that you can try and see which one is giving you good results, you can utilize it. So it's just a matter of changing the parameter over there. So let me try with another image. Let's say this Abraham's image, and I have already turned it on. So, oh, I did not. Okay, select the mask. So let me try to be okay, and now apply. So it's fine. I think I missed some part here. So let me do once more. Now, so in my opinion, both algorithms are working very good. So this is what the concept of inpainting is in OpenCV or in EmguCV. CV. I hope you understood a little bit more about EmguCV, and see you in another video.